Just warming everything up here. Pull-ups. So I always try to, actually we're just warming up, so let's leave them out for the moment. Five. So today, the workout is bench press, pull-ups, and split squats. All right, so we're all doing reps up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So bench press. Alright, 1 second guys, I just gotta do a poll with my mates here, find out something about a wedding. Okay, so we'll do, the bench is already here, so let's do the bench first. So 6 repetitions. The last time that I did this, I think I got up to 102 kilograms. So it'd be great to go past that. Nice little marker of success. That's always what we're aiming for, is that sort of get past the progress markers. So this is only 60 kilos. So we're just warming the body up with these ones. Just getting the blood flow. That'll do. And we'll just pull this out to here. Actually, that's stupid. If you're gonna do something do it right. So get this out the way. This bar is not needed for these set of exercises. So something that I try to do with every workout, with every exercise, is when I'm doing something like the bench press. If you can see the book on the ground there, I always make sure that the bench is kind of lined up with that book, so I'm always under the exact same position. And I do something similar with the bench here. So I try to get it so that every time there's consistency with how far my legs are apart, so that it's always the same kind of rep range is what we're aiming for. So I get it lined up here, and then I aim my foot to be in the same place each time. So I put my toe just in front, and you can do this in any gym, you know. Find things that are on the floor that you can kind of pin onto. Take a photograph of it if you want, so that you never forget. Or ask the gym if you can put like a little sticker on something on the ground or near something. Just make it like a mental note where it's like, I will always make sure that the bench or whatever piece of equipment is lined up in this exact way. And then so the next time you're doing something like this Bulgarian split squats, you're not doing it where it's like, oh wow, I'm so much stronger, but your foot is back here. So now you're using different muscles. So you're not necessarily stronger, you're using different muscles that might be better fitted for doing a similar sort of movement pattern. A simple example would be if you were like, oh wow, I'm doing pull-ups today versus this and this. That's totally different. You know, it seems like you're still doing a pull-up, but if you were to do a wide grip pull-up, it is far harder to do a wide grip pull-up than a neutral grip pull-up. So if I go like this, if I could do 13 of them, you know, that's very hard to do. That's extremely difficult. I could do 13 like this. I could probably do 14 like this. You know, not off the bat, I'm not doing that. But this is significantly easier. This position here, this is a neutral grip pull. And then you were all thinking it, so I thought I may as well just own that joke. And then so what my point being is the importance of making sure that your grips are always the same, so that way you always can kind of look at things from a scientific point of view, where it's like, okay, yesterday we did this, today we're doing a very similar thing, but we're increasing one aspect. We're not changing too much. That's the best way that you can get accurate sort of progress notes for your workout, your exercise protocol. Because you should be treating, if you're into your fitness, you should be treating your classes and your fitness sessions and your training sessions, you should be documenting what you're doing, so that the next time you're there, you're able to keep an eye on what things are going well and what things aren't. Because if you're not doing that, you might feel weak one day, and you come in and you think like, you know, 70 kilos is fine. But then you look at your previous notes that you know, let's say you didn't have notes. You go to the previous notes, and then you can see, oh, I actually did 90, and I wrote down here that I actually wasn't feeling great. Because it affects your confidence. If you're like, no, I've done 90 every single day, I can do it again today. I might not be feeling it right now, and I feel tired, but let's give it a go. Let's not be intimidated. Wrong leg. Okay, so we'll do those pull-ups again. Just doing 5, 1 to 2 for 5, nice and easy. Okay, bench press now. Actually, no, should be doing a leg exercise of some kind. Let's see what we got. Yes. Balancing clock. Yeah, okay. So, I'll come a little bit closer to you for this. This is something that I just call the TikTok dance. I'll probably make some video taking the piss out of all the stupid TikTok dances that you see. I really like. Actually, no, that's being a bit dramatic. Not so much the dances. The dances are fine. The dances are absolutely fine. What I really does annoy me though is when people mouth songs. That's something that drives me nuts. You see it a lot on TikTok where people just mouth their songs. They just do that, and it's like you're not even doing karaoke. You're just mouthing the words to someone who has talent, and then people are just like, "Oh my God, you're amazing!" It's like, no, they're not. Let's stop rewarding people for doing nothing, and then ignoring the people that actually make those songs. So what we're doing here is we're matching the knee with the hand, opposite leg going back. What's in my way here? Let me get you out of the way safely. Let's move this out to the side. Might move up to here. So the knee comes up and it's kind of aligned with your opposite hand. So right knee up, left hand up. And then what we do is we stretch out as far as we can and then come back up, and that's one. And repeat the process, nice and slow. The idea of this kind of control exercise is that you can stop at any point. That's what you want to be able to do. You're not kind of flinging the leg up. It's always under complete control. Think of it kind of like the Squid Game, where they're running after the very first thing. And it's a big robot with like the eyeballs. And it turns around and everyone's got to sit still. It's like that. You're running and you have to be able to stop on a point. And what I just did there, you don't want to do that. Even though I am switching my legs down, I brought that leg down too quick. You want to try your best to stay on one foot. Try not to hop, but hopping is better than touching something else. You don't want to have 2 points of contact because that kind of resets all the balancing stuff, and that's what we're working on. We want to put our body into an awkward position where it needs to really focus on its balance and build up the strength of the support muscles around the knee. And the idea of it is when I'm out running on my marathon, that when my foot lands on the ground repetitively, that it's the pressure is going to the right part of the body, not that some muscle is really fatigued and then the pressure goes to a different part of the body where we're not kind of biometrically made to move like that. Is biometric the word? I might be using an incorrect word there. Biomechanics, that's what I'm thinking of. Ah, shit, do it again. Okay. Shake it off a bit. And now we're going to do something similar. Now we bring the leg back, just a little bit back, so it's not, let's switch sides for this one. I'm bringing the leg back a little bit, just so I'm on one foot. And what we do is we go down, spread out the arms, so I think of this as the airplane. That bar is in the way, so I might do this at a different point over there. And we're turning the body all the way across. Oh, jeez, this one's really hard. All the way across, and then all the way back. Ah, shit. Yeah, I haven't been practicing this one as much as the other one. So it'd be better if you were doing the full airplane all the way out with your arms, but we'll make do for this particular one. Out to the side. Ah, shit. I might do these exercises a little bit separate to each other, because I reckon the leg is just a bit tired and we're not getting the best out of it. And down. Okay, so back to bench press, and we'll increase the weight a bit. We'll go up to 80 kilos. Now, same again, the book acts as a guideline for this bench, so it can't move any more forward. It's always in the exact same place. Excuse me. We're going to be using this. This is a weighted belt. Yeah, that's fine now. We'll be using that on the pull-ups today. So this is 80 kilos. We'll do 8 repetitions rather than 10 because we're still warming up. Oh wait, no, that's not safe there. That's gonna get in the way. Let me just double check because this bench got unhooked once. Perfectly safe. Safety bars right there, but it was still put me off a fair bit. Alright, now here, making sure that we always align the fingers in the exact same place. You know, a wide bench press is fine, but it will use different muscles. Same with the same thing. If you do the bench press where it's really close like this, you'd activate your triceps more than your chest. So we just put it right here, the happy medium. Eight. We'll do one more. I don't want to go all the way up to 10. We're still warming the body up. Okay, so now we get this in line. We'll do one more warm up on this particular split squats, and then we'll add dumbbells to the weights. So making sure the front foot is in the exact same place as it was the last time, and then repeat the process with the rear foot. And a big part of this exercise that I struggle with, that I think everyone struggles with a bit, is when you're getting tired, you'll use this rear leg to like kick your body weight up, and you want to try and avoid that. You want to use only your front leg because you're trying to activate the glute, the bum in this exercise. And so the way I actually think about this mentally to do it right is I don't think that I'm trying to raise my body up. I imagine that I'm trying to like stamp on something, and I'm trying to like squish something down. Like, you know, there's a, I don't know what, like there's a can on the ground and you want to flatten the can because it's fun to crunch them. And that's what you got to think here. You're crushing something that's beneath your front foot, not trying to get it nice and high, because if that's what your mental goal is your rear foot will want to work. Your legs, they're best buddies. If they see one is working really hard, they'll want to join in and help out. And we're just getting this mentally out of that situation. Alright, switch legs. Okay. Pull-ups next. We'll do 10 pull-ups, and then after that we'll start adding the weight. But I think because this is the really strong kind of pull. Yeah. Dog. Oh, and dog wants to get out. Dog wants to come work out. So, I'm kind of torn between what I want to do here. On the one hand, it would be good to do it with neutral grip because it's slightly different. Therefore, I'm kind of balancing my overall workouts more. But if I do that, that means it's going to be harder to track my progress because, doing it neutral grip is far stronger. So I kind of lose my knowledge of my progress. It's a tricky one. I think I'll do the neutral grip for reps of 8 rather than reps of 6, because reps of 8 are more kind of I'm just doing it, whereas reps of 6 they're more like a goal that I've set in my own mind. So we'll do normal grip, and I'll make a note. I'll do a note now. Where's number 8? There'd be some variety in that. Yeah. You. Right. So we'll do normal for this one, and then we'll do neutral for the 8 reps. And I suppose it'd be quite interesting to see if I'm doing 8 reps, how close I'm able to get with a similar weight to 6 repetitions. But we're doing 10 here now, and all these numbers are kind of confusing. So I apologize for that. Alright, we'll start adding weight to the next set. Okay, you stay there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do these in reverse order because I'll be holding on to dumbbells when I'm doing the one-legged split squat, and that's gonna eat away at my grip strength, which will affect the pull-up bar. So I'm just gonna do them in a little bit of an order, a different order, so that they don't kind of affect each other as significantly. So start off nice and tall, and what we're going to do here is repeat the process, but then start with pull-ups. Okay. Other side. All the way down, nice and slow. Ah, shit. I'm gonna start that whole thing again. All the way out. Extend. Back up, keep the hand in line with the knee. It doesn't matter about keeping it in line once you're, bollocks again. About when you're rising it back up. Two more for the tumor. Uno más. Okay. And I came up a bit too fast there. Again, bad example. Okay, so I gotta get that back in order. If I do that, bench, yeah, okay, we'll do the split squats now. We'll just do 10 kilos to start off with, because I literally just did a one-legged balancing exercise, which is quite taxing on the legs. So we'll do a warm-up while doing this again. And this would be the first kind of somewhat working set. So, again, the focus is driving up from the front up. So you think of it like you're crushing the ground. Switch. One, two, three, oh. One more. 6. Okay. So now we do bench press, and then yeah. Yeah, okay. Bench press next. Alright, get everything lined up. And now we'll start doing things for 6 reps. So let's take this up to, we'll use the colors. The world needs more color. Alright, so we'll only do the 6 reps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll increase this to 100, and we'll do another, well no, we'll increase it by 5, we'll take our time, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do one more rep. Just to make sure that everything is ready for the increase. Okay, next. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh wow, that's a very good sign right there. So I was gonna do 8, but I was like, no, you're still kind of warming up, getting everything ready. And the last time that I was doing 8 reps for bench press, my maximum was 92 kilos, and that was 90. So yeah, 102 kilos to 105 kilo bench press for 6 reps. I think we'll get that tonight. I'm fairly confident we're going to get that tonight. If I don't, I will not be beating myself up. That is not what the regularity of going to a gym on a consistent basis. There's going to be days where you don't progress, and that's perfectly okay. You need to just say to yourself, yeah, that's normal. That's absolutely normal. Back into the gym the next day. And you don't need to, just make sure that you're not losing your confidence or losing your enthusiasm. Consistency is the most important thing with pretty much, if you want to get good at anything, it's not every day might not be the right kind of, time length, but it's just consistency. It's just like, I'm going to always do this on 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I do it pretty much try to do 7 days. And then there's always something that pops in and kind of gets in the way, and I won't be able to have time. So I aim for 7, but know that I probably won't do 7. But that's the sort of the mentality behind it. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way. I shouldn't have actually moved this out, but it's here now. So this is the airplane we're doing. Let's see. Yeah, we've got the room here. So, up on 1 foot. Okay. This, you don't need to send it all the way back here, like we were doing for the earlier thing. And then what we're doing is we just turn the, God. it's fucking hard. Try it right now. You're on your phone, hop up. Obviously you can be forgiven if you're on public transport and you're looking at this right now, but if you're just at your house, in your home, at your garden, whatever, then hop on 1 foot, And just see how well you can turn your whole body from your waist. Touch your toe, and then do the exact same thing on the far side. Fuck! It's hard. It is a hard thing to do, but very good to strengthen up your stabilizer muscles and prevent knee injuries. And generally, just if you play any kind of field sport where you're running around, it's stuff like this that increases your ability to be agile. So you can, twist and turn faster. You're able to, go from this angle to this angle at a faster pace because your knee is more stable. It puts your thighs, your big, powerful muscles, it puts them into the right position so that you are going this way, and now you've turned, and your stabilizers prevented the momentum of the knee turning all the way out here. It goes, stops on a pin, and then you're changing your direction. That's what this is really good for. And like the amount of sports where you need to be able to change your whole body's direction very quickly, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Cricket, tennis, football, American football, hockey, baseball, maybe not baseball. Although I suppose you still have to run around a diamond, that certainly involves you too. Take a corner turn. Fucking hell, this is so shit. This is so hard. Oh, God. So if you can see what I'm doing there, I'm really trying as hard as possible not to have 2 points of contact, and it's exhausting, but that's what we're aiming for. Alright, change the leg, and we'll go one more left turn. Now that's not ideal, the hop, but I didn't get a second point of contact to the ground or to this frame, so that's definitely better than the 2 points of contact. Woo! Harder than it looks, I assure you. Try to do it right now. And by comparison, this I call this one the slow-mo sprint, because you're just, doing a slow-mo sprint motion. Knee nice and high, driving it back, extending the whole body out, and then slowly, as much under control as possible. We're not doing this fast, we're not shooting our leg up. It's easy to do that. The whole point of this exercise is to keep control so that you can stop, stop, stop. Oh. 2 more. Note to self, make a phrase of if you have a tumor, give it 2 more. You were a witness to that. I'm going to turn that into a phrase, a popular phrase, and all of you can say, I was there. I was right there when he came up with that idea while he was doing a live stream. doing a weird slow-mo sprint balancing nonsense. All right, opposite leg, exact same exercises. One more after this. Okay. Someone pick a number between 10 and 15. 10 and 15. First person to pick any number between 10 and 15. 10. The first person said 7. All right, I think 12 was first. They're not. That person isn't going on my pub quiz team. 12 and 7. 12 and 15. 7. Correct. Okay, so we'll do 12 kilos then for the 6 repetitions. There's 10. There's 2.5. I'm very sorry. I'm not able to do 12. It has to be 12.5. Forgive me. I'm a liar and a cheat, I'm afraid. 12 kilos was what was requested, and I'm doing 12.5. I'm a scoundrel. Sounds like Marvel. All right. So, these are golf gloves, if anyone's wondering. They are the best kind of glove for a gym. Whenever you go onto, like, you know, a website and they're selling gym gloves, don't buy them. Buy golf gloves. They're also cheaper, nearly always. Sorry, excuse me, that's not true. If your reason for buying gloves for a gym is for extra grip and maybe a little bit of padding for, like, if you're, you know, holding onto a grip bar, you don't have blisters cutting into your hands as bad, golf gloves are your best mate. All right, so we're doing 6 reps here, 12.5 kilos. 1. 4. 5. 6. 2. All right, we'll leave these here. What's this? Yeah, 95. Actually, let's go to 97 while we're at it. All Alright, so we will not be using the golf gloves for anything else because they're not needed. They're only for that extra little bit of grip that I need for when I'm pulling my own weight, just because the angle is a bit tricky. When you're like this, yeah, the gravity is pulling your wrist in a different way, so I don't need to use the grip gloves for that. Now, the order that we had the last time was after pull-ups. It then goes to you. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it goes to single leg squats. So now we can up the weight. 15 kilos per hand, so that's what, 30 kilos in total for Bulgarian split squat. Now, when you're doing a Bulgarian split squat, something that you need to focus on is the leg, your front leg. That's where all the focus should be. What you don't want to do is you're not pushing yourself up. You see the way I'm kind of like pushing my hard to, yeah, I can kind of see the camera. I'm not really directing myself. Let's imagine that, like, you're hanging like this and you're kicking yourself up from the rear foot. Avoid doing that. All the power should be coming from the front foot, accelerating forward. All right. So a good way to do that, a mental skill task thing to think of, is that you are, imagine that there's a can, remember you used to do it when you were a kid, you stand on the top of a can and like make it and crush down. That's what you're aiming to do. You're trying to like crack something open on the floor, so you're driving the floor down. Think about that, and then that mental cue, that mental thought will lessen how much you are using your rear leg. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Change legs. 1, 2. Fuck's sake. Oh, I hate when my foot does this. It's like the bottom of my foot starts cramping up when I put it in flat on the ground. Alright, let's start that again. I'm trying to cheat myself out. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. One more. 9. Okay. Okay. So, I actually have to get some footage here, so let's see. I'm afraid Instagram, there's fewer people watching this live stream on Instagram as a comparison to TikTok. So unfortunately, you will have to fall on the sword, Instagram, in this situation. So I need to what you call it, I need to use this phone for an actual visual thing. So thank you all for coming. I'll be on again tomorrow. You guys are special. One second, guys. I'm just gonna get a different camera angle for this. Hello, fellow humans. All right, I'm back, baby. I'm the backest man you've ever seen. Behave yourself. I forget how this thing gets used. It's a motion camera that is designed to follow you when you go side to side, which makes it seem as though you are... Come on. Okay, it's not gonna work. So it's to make you seem as though you're you've got a camera guy, you've got a cameraman, when you don't. But it does a good job of making one think that that's what's going on. Yeah, you will. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this the old school way of simply lining it up in a way that's helpful. Okay. So this is 95 kilograms. And what we're aiming for is to get anything above, well, anything that is 105 or more is a woohoo! Yahoo! So, let's get the pumping music on. Alright, 97.5 kilograms, so, you know, a bit above 200 pounds. Multiply 95.5, 97.5 by 2.2. Do your own math. And we're aiming for 6 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy peasy. Oh, I'm feeling good about getting that 105. I'm feeling really good about that. All right, let's just have a little look-see here. See how the angle is like when it goes down. Ah, yes. Looks good. Actually, can't see the weight on the far side, which we'll need, so let's get you completely out of the mix. Alright, so what's next? One of the leg exercises is next. Yes, rotation. The rotation is what's next. So this can stay here. Just get it out of the way. So what we're doing now is this is a rotation exercise to kind of increase the stability of my knee. So when I'm going out running, they're not falling to pieces. And what you do here is you're down, arms out like an airplane, and you're just doing, I think what they call a barrel roll, where you're all the way over to one side, trying to maintain the balance on the one foot, and then come over onto the inside and try and just touch your toe. And then we come back in and do the same thing on the far side. Just one foot on the ground, your rear foot is just getting out of the way. It doesn't need to be all the way back or anything like that. For the next exercise, you need to put your leg all the way back. And now. Fuck! I touched the wall there, bollocks. Okay. Alright, so that's the first bit, and then the next part, we go up really slow. This is too fast, I'm just using it as an example. Outstretch and then back up. That as an example, really easy to do, not much balance is involved because you're kind of swinging. So that's really easy to do, but we don't want that. We're not here for easy. Exclusive behind the scenes footage of Ian Liam Ward doing his live streaming. And if you are reading that sign think that's backwards. You are absolutely correct, because when you're doing live streaming footage, you need to reverse stuff like that because it's a mirror image. There you go. Okay, so one leg up, one knee up, and the opposite hand in line with the knee, and then we're moving all the way back. And again, this is just more of that stability work that I mentioned a second ago. So what we're aiming to do is to not hop. We don't want to hop at all, and we definitely don't want 2 points of contact. So none of this. Even if you're just tapping it to retake your balance, try to do that as little as possible. Now, if you have to hop on the foot to regain your balance, that's okay. It's not ideal, but if you have to do one of the two, if you have to touch something to regain your balance, it's better to hop. And we do 5 on each side. And that calf is starting to burn now. It really is. Shit. So yeah, not ideal there. But we are coming to the end of the workout, so I'm bound to be quite tired. And balance gets very much affected. Stability gets affected. I went kind of fast on that last one. Alright, switch the legs. I want to control as much as possible the whole way through. The idea is that you can stop at any point. Because if you just go through with the momentum really quickly, you can kind of swing around, and it's quite easy. What it does when you move really quickly, I think, don't quote me on this now, I was going to say the physicians, not the physicians, the physicists, the math people, the science people, the engineering people. I think it's because when you're moving fast, the center of gravity is right kind of in your hips, whereas when you're doing this, it changes and kind of the weight moves out, making it more difficult for you to maintain balance, because it's like the center of gravity is in above your thigh. Whereas if you're doing this, because you're swinging around at a kind of consistent pace, the center of gravity is actually in your shoulder. Don't quote me on that. That's just kind of how I think it works. I didn't do engineering. The only time I've ever done engineering is in playing fucking Civilization Revolution. But I did win many science victories, so I probably am an expert engineer by proxy. There's a perfect example of how it's better to hop around than get a second point of contact. And we've got 2 more to go. 1 more. Fuck. Oh, she burns. You think it looks easy, but when you start getting into those last couple of reps, you really start to feel it. It's like when you're doing a wall squat, and you get into those, you get to 60 seconds and you're all right, and then you get to 1 minute 15, 1 minute 20, and it comes out of nowhere, and it's just like at your legs, and you really feel the difference then. Balancing is no difference. All right, pull-ups next. Alright, so let's get this out the way. So next on the work schedule, we need to increase the weight. So we're going to go up to 15, a little bit over 15 kilos. And I've done this a bit wonky, I think. Alright, so we've got a few more of these to do. Oh Jesus, I made a mess here. Okay, not that this is intentional, but now you can clearly see how much weight has been put onto this weighted pull-up. This is 16.25 kilograms. And we're aiming for 6 repetitions. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Six. Oh, my fucking hamstring started cramping up there. That did not feel nice on the hammy. So, hamstrings can be a little bit awkward to get to if you don't know where to go. If your hamstring is tight there, you know, down here, that's how you stretch them down there. But if you want to get higher, what you do is you kind of get a step. And this is a good way to get into a hamstring. Actually, that's a fib. It's not. It's a good way to get into the groin. But that's actually where I was feeling that pain. So if you want to get into the top part of your hamstring, it's good to get like something nice and high and then lean down. You tend to get a little bit higher into the hamstring that way. Alright. So, next we are going to be doing meth. We're going to be doing meth next. Just kidding. Oh. Okay, Bulgarian split squat. So what we're aiming for with this is making sure that we're always in the exact same place. Give me some. Yes. Alright, now I'm not so sure how good I'm gonna be at maintaining this balance on my shoulders. Do I want to turn into a bit of a scarf? Is that gonna? Yeah, that's not gonna work. You start the other way. So, the Bulgarian split squat. Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure how much this weighs. I'd imagine about a kilo, so it's not a huge increase in the weight. Maybe 2.5 kilos, which is kind of what I want. I don't want to overload things. I want to increase things a tiny bit. So in my hands, it's 15 each arm. So this is probably about 32 kilos. So we're making it a little bit harder than it was last week. And see how we get on. Driving up from the front foot only. Try not to use the foot that's on the bench. Try not to let it help. And the way you do that is you think of crushing like a can with your foot rather than trying to get your body all the way up. Because if you try and think about getting your body all the way up, your rear foot will try to help out kind of automatically. Fuck. Fuck off, cramp. Fuck's sake. Ugh. I hate this so much when this happens. It's like I can't do my own fucking work just because my body is complaining. Alright, change feet. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. That's definitely like easily one of the things that annoys me the most in life, when you are kind of physically able to do something, but then a small problem in your body won't allow you to do it. So like in that situation, just the bottom part of my foot, which isn't working in that situation, you know, it's not being put to the test and it's cramping up really bad. It's just like, oh, come on. If it was my leg, I'd kind of understand it. It's being put to work. So, you know, it's saying right now, this is too much. If I'm doing a bench press, I'm not able to do it. It's like, fine, the pecs aren't able to do too much, but that really just drives me nuts when another factor is coming in and just shutting you down from doing the hard work. It's like an internet connection, you know, dropping off when you need to study for your exams or something. You know, it's like you've hyped yourself up to, you know, get into the library. You know, you don't want to study. It's not pleasant, but you know you have to do it. So you've put yourself into that sort of emotional state, and then like the laptop doesn't turn on or something. It's just like, oh, urge to kill rising. Okay, audience. What do you... First person to say yes or no on this particular subject matter will be the decider. Will I go for a personal best now or wait one set? So personal best now or wait one set is the no. Yes or no? Now it is. Now it shall be. Okay, so you stay on. And you come on. Here, little fella. Here, little booty. Alright, so this is 105. Alright, this is the moment of truth for the workout. This is going to be 105 kilograms. And we're aiming for 6 repetitions. 6 repetitions. So this is big boy weight. This is big swinging dick weight. Alright, so let's put on some monster music. Alright. Six repetitions, 105 kilos, big fucking swinging dick weight. Fire breathing, hooter whiskey drinking weight. One, two, one more. Woo! Yes! Fuck you, cancer! That's a personal best. 5 years since I was on chemo and I'm the strongest I've ever been. Bench-wise, on the bench anyway. Alright, pull-ups next. If you have a tumor, give it 2 more. So if you have a tumor, if you have a 2 more, if you have a tumor, give it 2 more. Woo! Oh, I am pleased. Oh, I am very pleased. All right. So now we're going back to the balancing exercises. Oh, you must have... The wind must have swept you away. So, balancing exercise now, focusing on the stability of the knees. So, right knee up, doesn't matter about which knee, opposite hand. So left hand up with the right knee, and we go, actually that's a fib, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. First, we need to do the barrel roll. So barrel roll, very simple in concept, not easy to do, surprisingly hard to do. So one leg back, doesn't have to be anywhere, just as long as it's not touching the ground. Arms nice and wide like you're in an airplane, and bring one. Try not to touch another surface. The whole aim of the game in this is to let all the work be done by one foot. All the way down, barrel roll like you're an airplane. Touch the ground, but don't like put weight on the ground. And turn the body all the way to the other way. And come back. Alright, so arms nice and wide, and do it again. You're not turning from the shoulders, by the way, you're turning from the hip. That's the aim of the game here. Okay, now we can come back more inside. So hopefully you crazy kids could have seen the difference in that movement, where we're not going like, you know, this, or, you know, this, because that's moving the shoulders. We don't want to move the shoulders. It's all right if you do. What we're aiming for is to turn from the hips as we're going down. That's what we're aiming for. Anyway, next one. Knee nice and high. Opposite hand. Straight stays in line. And we're trying not to hop on the one foot to regain balance. Try to stay stable to the ground as much as you can. Nice and slow, as if you could stop at any period. Three. Four. Fuck! 2 points of contact there. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I touched the bench there, and you try not to do that. Alright, switch the legs. Fuck. Alright. pull-ups. Okay, so the last time I did, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? Poking head out. So the last time I did my maximum was 18.75. So seeing as how I've already kind of broken one personal best. Obviously the body is feeling strong, so let's go for it again. Let's go for 2 personal bests in one night. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers for the mingas. I'd imagine only English, well, only British and Irish people will get that reference. I ain't saying shit. Right. Okay, so I broke a personal best with lifting 105 kilograms for 6 repetitions. So let's see, can we break a second personal best tonight while I'm feeling like a fucking animal. So sticking on the golf gloves, I got that sort of advice, or not that he mentioned it, but I saw oh god, I can't think of his name. Mark Jesus Christ, come on. He's in The Departed. Mark Wahlberg. I seen Mark Wahlberg doing his, like, you know, stupid, weird 3 a.m. workout, like, you know, starting time. He fucking loves getting up in the morning for, I don't know, seemingly no reason in my end. But then again, I'm not a Hollywood A-list superstar, like, massive, you know, gym freak, you know, golf fucking expert, makes billions and owns a production company. Alas, someday I will be. Anyway, golf clubs, basically the long way of saying that's what I learned from him, and they work so well. If you just want to upgrade your grip strength, golf gloves are the way to go. All the gym gloves I've ever worn, nothing comes even close to comparison. Also, they're way cheaper. Anyway, we'll get started. 6 repetitions is a personal best. Let's see, can we get 2 personal bests in one workout? You fucker. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. 5. Lightweight. Baby. I'm on a roll tonight. Oh, I'm on a breakfast roll tonight. Alright, so mathematically I don't know how much of an increase that is, but from the start of the year when I started doing all this, I've been focusing a lot more on weightlifting since January, just as a way to, you know, still do what I love doing, because I can't run. So I'm going to train some other way, which is definitely not beneficial to to running a marathon in terms of weight, but I don't want to go insane, so I need to do something to get the adrenaline going. Right. Thank you, everybody. That's 2 personal bests in one workout. So thank you all for joining in, and I'll see you tomorrow.